Hey guys, I thought I'll do an update as I have been very quiet the past 2 weeks, and there's been a reason for that. As you might already tell, that I'm in the same apartment that I did the first video, which is back in Chiang Mai. And the reason I'm back in Chiang Mai is because disaster happened. What I thought would not happen, or what I tried very hard in purchasing things that would help prevent this from happening, actually happened. And what did happen is my rim split. It split after, I think it was day 17, and I'll just find it for you. Here, the rim split. Let the camera focus. And the reason I found out it's splitting there is that I was towards the end of the day of riding. It was about 4 in the afternoon or 4:30, and my tyre got flat, which I thought, why the hell is my tyre got flat when I've got these awesome marathon Mondials? You know, these meant to be the bee's knees, which they are. And so I took the bike apart. I've already done about 120 k's about this point in time, so I was quite tired and a little bit grumpy. So I took this apart really quick, and I checked over the tyre, and I couldn't find any pins or any punctures in the tyre, so I was wondering what happened. So then I checked the tube, and the tube ended up having a puncture on the inside here, which I patched. And I thought that was very strange. Why would the tube be punctured on the inside? Which led me to check the rim, and then in the rim I found, of course, that split. Where is it? Here. That split. I don't know if you can see it in the light. There. That split there. And of course, once you get a split, the rim is pretty much buggered. So after closer inspection also, I found that because this rim, I accidentally bought machined. It had a machined edge on it, which you use for those caliper brakes. But I've got disc brakes, so I didn't need it. But I ordered wrong when I ordered off eBay. But as you can see, what I've noticed, it's split all along the machined edge. It goes all the way around here. There's a crack exactly where the machined edge meets. This machined edge meets the thicker part of the rim. There's a split there. So that led to me thinking there was a defect in the rim, which it possibly could be. But another thing that also I looked at was, because I got this wheel built, I bought all the parts off eBay and I got it sent to Thailand. Then I went to a bike shop here and I got the mechanic to put the spokes on, like spoke it up, thread it up. And because I don't think he did a very good job, this added to the failure. Because if I look at these spokes, they're very loose. They're loose, and also, it reminds me, Thomas, a big shout out to Thomas here, who put a comment on my video, and he pretty much saw on the video that the threads were hanging out and that the rim will fail, or the spokes will fail under load, and he was pretty much spot on with that. Because as you can see, the threads are hanging out. If this thing's focus, threads are hanging out on pretty much all of them, where they meet the nipples. So which that shows it's either hasn't been tensioned correctly, it's just been thrown together. Really, this rim or this wheel had just been thrown together with no tensioning or checking any tolerances or nothing. So that wouldn't have helped the end result. So it's probably a combination of, well, I think just from looking at what's happened, that could be a faulty rim, and it's been compounded by having a dodgy wheel built put together. Even though I've got the strongest, or some of the strongest components that I could find, it still failed just because of the defect, and also it wasn't put together properly. So what I did, I got in contact with Velocity, and they were awesome. They were straight onto it. They said they would replace the rim for free under a warranty, and I was so impressed with their customer service because they were very helpful and said they can do it as quick as they can. I actually got them to build me a whole wheel. They got the hub and the spokes, everything done there, which is done at the manufacturer over in Michigan in America. And they sent me out this rim in lightning fast speed. About 2 weeks it took to get here in Chiang Mai, and I got it yesterday actually, and here it is. And as soon as I got it, I could tell the difference in quality. The spokes are tight, very little flex, a little bit of flex, but not as much as that one over there. And it just, the nipples are all, the threads all in the nipples here. You can just tell this was done by a professional. And all the eyelet holes have these little plastic plugs in it, which is just a nice touch. It probably prevents or helps prevent punctures to the tyre, the tube. And also I like this little touch. Where is it? It's got they signed their name on it as a wheel builder. So that, as you can tell, they got pride in their workmanship. They put their name, the date, where it was made, and is it Jacoby? You done a bloody good job, mate. This wheel is fantastic. It's just, you can just feel this. You can just feel the quality, the strength in it. It's just taut and tight and ready to go. So I've got they gave me a velocity hub there. Yeah, and even the skewer has got velocity on it, which is pretty cool. So the skewer they gave me, quick release, and it's got velocity on that. So highly impressed with it. So I'm in the process of putting this wheel back on that bike. Yeah, so once that wheel's done, I'm going to continue my way. I'm in Chiang Mai now, so actually it happened in Surat Thani, or just outside Surat Thani, 100 kilometers south of Surat Thani. So it was a bit of a mission to get back to the train station and then get my bike loaded onto the train and come back to Chiang Mai, because I already had an apartment here. I still have this apartment in Chiang Mai, so that was lucky. And yeah, so I ordered the parts here. So once this is back on the bike, I'll continue on my way. I'll take the train back down to Surat Thani and then continue riding from there. So I'll start off where I left off and continue on to Singapore. Which leads me also to this wheel. This wheel was also built by the same guy. It hasn't shown any sign of splitting on the edge here like the other one has, because as you can see, it's not machined edge, it's just a flat, it's how it is. The spokes are not as loose as the rear wheel, but they are loose compared to this one. You can tell they haven't been tensioned, but also has a promising sign that the threads are all the way in on the nipples here, on most of them. So it seems to have been, I don't know, he must have had a better time building this one. But I don't trust it at all. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I get to Singapore, I don't trust it pretty much. I've lost faith in Thailand mechanics, which I'm sure there's good ones out there, but the ones I've met so far aren't too crash hot. So I'm going to go to Singapore. When I get to Singapore, and while I'm looking around, I'm going to take this whole bike to the bike shop. I'm going to get them to rebuild this whole wheel. So take all the spokes out, rebuild it professionally, tension, because I've read online there's some really good wheel builders there. Even one is certified by DT Swiss, certified to build wheels, so there'll be some really good wheel builders there. So I'll get them to rebuild this whole wheel, and while I'm there, I'll get them to check the whole bike, because I had a couple different mechanics do the brakes and do the drivetrain, and it was just, you can just, I don't know, I don't feel the quality's there. The brakes have never been 100%. They've always been off a little bit, and I don't know if they've done it correctly with how they've mounted the caliper here. So I'm going to get the whole bike looked at in Singapore. So hopefully this, or I should do, because this wheel shouldn't fail, because it is actually the front wheel, so it's got less weight. It appears to have been put together a little bit better than the rear one, and it's showing no signs of fatigue on where the other one started splitting. So fingers crossed this does not fail me. It only needs to do another 2,000 or so Ks, so stay together, buddy. Yes. So yeah, so thanks again for all the comments. I do, oh, my computer's run off. Damn it, it's on my computer. I read all the comments, and they've been very helpful, very nice. Yeah, Thomas, again, you've been bang on with that prediction of that wheel failing because of those threads. You're bang on, mate. So yeah, it just shows how much knowledge there is out there on the internet. So I'm in the process now. Like today, since I've got the wheel, I'm going to be putting this on. I'm going to actually update my blog and my Crazy Guy journal. I haven't done that because I sort of got, I suppose to say, I've got the shits with it for a little bit. After this happened, you know, as you can understand, it was heartbreaking when I seen that crack, and I was doing so well actually. I was getting right in the rhythm of touring. I was enjoying it. I was doing 100 k's a day, or sometimes a little bit more. Even with hills, my body was getting fitter. I was getting stronger, and I was just loving it. And then this happened so early in the trip, it was like devastating. So I felt sorry for myself for a couple of weeks, but now my rim is back here. I got this awesome rim from Velocity. Also props to Velocity. They had the customer service is amazing. I can't remember the guy's name on the emails, but I'll make sure to put in my blogs how good they are, and I'll definitely be a returning customer. I can't really blame that rim. It was built wrong. It may have been defective the way it's split with that machined edge, but it may not also. So I can't really blame the rims, but what I do know is that their customer service is fantastic, absolutely amazing. So I'll be a return customer for them. Yeah, other than that, the bike was performing well. It was smooth sailing, really. There's no weird noises or cracks. The brakes were a little bit touchy every now and then, but I could adjust those. That wasn't really the bike's fault. The lights, the charging system, what do you call it? The dyno worked perfectly. It charged my iPhone. I was pretty much relying on my iPhone GPS rather than the Garmin. The iPhone Google Maps is just unparalleled, really. It's freaking amazing how the clarity of the maps and how they can do the routes. They find the routes so clearly. Yeah, so I use the Garmin pretty much just to record the stats to upload to Strava. That's pretty much what I use the Garmin for. But yeah, I'm actually going through all my gears too. Now that I've got a bit more experience in touring, I'm getting rid of a bunch of stuff and I'm sending it back to Australia. And here I've got like my cooker in there. I've got my cooker. Stay up there. Stay. I've got this extra bike lock that I thought I might need just for each, but don't. It's just extra weight. Don't need it. Yeah, and odds and ends, I've slimmed out my toolbox for the gears that I don't need, and I'm just gonna try and cull some more weight from here. So yeah, it's been good. I've got a lot more experience than I had before. I know what I need and what I don't need, and I know what I'm capable of in touring. So far, it's been a great experience. I've met so many nice people. Actually, when my bike did break, I was helped out a shitload by these Thai people. They were lovely. They washed my clothes, they folded them, they called because where I was at the time, there's no buses there to get me to the main city, so they called their friends who had a ute. They took me they drove me 30 k's to the nearest, to Surat Thani, and all for free, and just all happy and jovial, really nice people. So yeah, it's been a great experience. I can't wait to get back on the road again and continue on. So that's pretty much it up to date. So I should be on the road within another week. The reason for that is it's here in Thailand. There's this thing called Songkran, which is pretty much the best festival you can ever have. It's like here in Chiang Mai, it's like a 5-day water fight where the city, people just sit everywhere on the streets down there with buckets of water, hoses. Everywhere you go, you just get wasted with water, which is very fun. It's extremely fun. But it's also extremely dangerous to be on the road, because you could be driving there and then they'll just pelt you with half a bucket of ice cold water, which is not particularly safe when you're riding, because it can push you off a lane, it can knock you over, things like that. And also, they call it the 7 deadly days in Thailand. It's pretty much the most dangerous time to be on the road in Thailand, because everyone's drunk, everyone's partying, everyone's throwing water, everyone's going crazy. Lots and lots of people die on this Songkran break on the roads. It's phenomenal. Like, I'm talking in the thousands. Oh, maybe not thousands, like the high hundreds. Over the 7-day period that people die. So, yeah, it's not a good time to be on the road. So I thought I'll just bunker down here in Chiang Mai. I'll wait it out. And once it's over, I'll get the train back down to Surat Thani. And, yeah, continue on. So that's it. So I should be on the road in 7 days. I'll update my blog and everything if you want to check that out. And then I'll update Crazy Guy on the Bike. Thanks again to everyone who's subscribed, and also even just send me the comments. It's helped a lot. I've read all of them. Even if I haven't replied, I've read them, and I'm taking on the information. You guys are obviously very experienced riders, and I'm learning a lot. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you later.